Hello everyone, welcome to the Lit Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Fee. A triple tag video. 3 tags all at once. Let's see how it goes. First up, I've got the Winter Essentials book tag. I was tagged by Andrew's Wizardly Reads a long time ago, months and months ago. I decided to wait until it was winter, but we've had those cold fronts come in. It has gotten very cold. It's gotten down to freezing. Some places have even seen a lot of snow, though here in Dallas, Texas, we haven't gotten snow yet. This tag has 11 prompts and then tells you to tag people as the 12th prompt. So I'll just start out here at the beginning saying, if you are mentioned anywhere in the video, consider yourself tagged for all the stuff. And even though I will tag specific people, you can consider all of this an open tag and do the tags yourself if you want. The Winter Essentials book tag was originally by Taylor Reads. So as always, I'll have links down below for the people. The first prompt is a crackling fire. Who is your favorite cold character who warmed up toward the end? I promise I will not answer Star Wars for every single prompt, but I've got to with this one. Darth Vader from the original Star Wars trilogy. Such a cold, cyborg, seemingly not very human character who in the end it ends up being a story about family and his son Luke convincing him that he has some humanity left in him and Darth Vader saving Luke's life in the final battle against the Emperor. So very touching in Return of the Jedi. Prompt number 2, Snowflakes. What is a book that was full of unique characters? I'm going to say for the time that it came out, Anne Rice's book, Interview with a Vampire, was very unique. That I feel like vampire characters had not been treated that way, that we didn't get characters like Louis and Lestat in those kind of books. Number 3, Gingerbread family. Which fictional family would you want to be a part of? I'm going to say from The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, the Baggins family. Those nice, happy little hobbits living peacefully in the Shire for the most part. What a nice life that would be. Be a little short person with hairy feet. Number 4, Blizzard. What is a book that had you confused the whole time? I'm going to say that weird Sarah J. Maas book that I read, Crescent City or something like that. I was confused from just looking at the title, trying to figure out what the name of the series was and what the name of the book was. Number 5, gift giving. What is the last book that was gifted to you? I think it was when Michael K. Vaughan sent me The Maltese Falcon. What an amazing version of The Maltese Falcon. Thank you again, Michael K. Vaughan. Number 6, Snowball. What is the biggest book you've ever read? That's a tough one. Physically big, I now own a giant copy of Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, but it's not a real book. It's one of those fake books that's just a giant replica. It is really neat though. Leaves of Grass is a great book, so I'm happy to recommend it here if you want to read some poetry. Number 7, wrapping paper. What is your most beat up book? Maybe The Killer Thing, a recent arrival I bought used. And this is my fault. It's so sad. This is such an old book. When it arrived, I was not careful opening the package and I tore the cover apart. But I've probably had a lot of books over the years that I got used that were kind of beat up. Number 8, Christmas lights. What is a book you own that has many colors on the cover? The Bewilderness series, books 1 and 2. Very colorful, very intriguing how that artwork was put together. I'm still waiting for book 3, but I would love to read book 3 once it comes out. Number 9, ice skating. What is a book that had a plot that was all over the place? I'm going to go with the Malazan book, Gardens of the Moon. I need to reread it. There's just so much happening with so many different characters. Number 10, Christmas tree. Who is your favorite character of all time? That's a very easy one. Mr. Elim Garak, who is in such an amazing book, A Stitch in Time. Number 27 in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine novel series, but an amazing book on its own. I'm very excited that they're working on an audiobook version, so more people will be able to experience it. You can get it as an ebook, but it is very expensive now if you want to buy one of the physical books. Number 11, The Star. What's a book you look forward to rereading each year? There are not a lot of books that I reread every year. As an English teacher for many years, I have reread Hamlet and a lot of other plays. I will experience the play over and over, so I think that's my best answer. Number 12, Snowball Fight. Tag 5 people. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna tag Alan, who is always tagging me in things over there at his channel, Big Hard Books and Classics. I'm gonna tag Margaret Pinard. Be interesting to hear her answers as well. I'm gonna tag Jim from Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. I'm gonna tag Nicole. All of your names and links will be down below. And it is possible some of you did this tag last year in the winter time, in which case, hey, it's a new year. You can do the tag again if you want to. And then I will also tag as a fifth person Liam, aka Himvar, from Liam's Lyceum. So that gets us 5 people. I guess we're having a snowball fight. For the next tag, it's the Think Twice book tag. I was tagged by Jim from Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. The original tag was created by a pair, AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, and also Bookworm Adventure Girl. So that's AJ and Jolene. I think it's really neat that they work together to create this and that it's themed on pairings or things being things that are twins or done twice. The first prompt is Double Vision, a book that features twins, and I think one of the best classic examples is The Man in the Iron Mask. If you're not familiar with the story, I suggest you start with the Three Musketeers and then work your way through their saga. Double Talk, a book with 2 or twice in the title. The classic one that comes to mind is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times. Number 3, Seeing Double, a book with a reflection, shadow, or mirror images on the cover. What immediately comes to mind is Jack of Shadows by Roger Zelazny, which is a bit of a mind trip. It's such a weird book. I read it when I did my Appendix N challenge to try and read all the authors who inspired Gary Gygax and the creation of Dungeons and Dragons. Number 4, Take Two. 2 book covers that look similar but are different authors. I'm going to go with Piranesi, which was such a fun, interesting read, and a non-fiction book called Empire of Pain, because they both have the dark area with the column, and I couldn't help but think when I saw Empire of Pain that it made me think of Piranesi. Number 5, I Second That, a retelling. It's really a reimagining, but Silvia Moreno Garcia's The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. And then 2 can play at that game, a character who plays 2 roles or has an alter ego. Number 6, I'm going to go with Fight Club. And number 7, It Takes Two, a duology. Star Wars. Sorry, I'm going back to Star Wars here toward the end. The Hand of Thrawn duology had Spectre of the Past and Vision of the Future. And then number 8, on the double, a book told in 2 timelines. The Kingkiller Chronicle, The Name of the Wind, I think is a great example. You've got the older character at the end telling the stories of when he was younger. Number 9, A Perfect Pair. The last 2 books you gave 5 stars to. That would be Margaret Pinard's book, Fabled Passages, a collection of short stories that are speculative fiction, kind of historical fiction in some of them, and then more of fantasy elements mixed in. And The Expanse Book 1, Leviathan Wakes. I really enjoyed the first book in the Expanse series. Number 10, Two for the Show, a book that has been adapted to film 2 or more times. The Three Musketeers gets adapted pretty much every decade, if not more often. Number 11, Two's Company, a book with 2 or more authors or a translated fiction book. I'm going to go with the Expanse series. The author credit lists James S.A. Corey, but that's really 2 people writing under one name, which I wish they wouldn't do. I wish they would just put both of their names on there. Number 12, Double Take. Recommend 2 books you think would pair well together and why. I think The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and The Great Gatsby pair well together. Believe it or not, they deal with the American dream and a lot of the same themes and ideas. And along those same lines, Fight Club. I actually did 3 videos where I talked about these books. I thought it was a lot of fun to compare the themes and ideas of these stories together. So for tagging people, I will tag 2 people here. I will tag an erudite adventure, which is really 2 people in one channel. I think for fun, I'll also tag Dane Cobain. I think Dane Cobain would have some fun, interesting answers to this one. And now, just a quick third tag, the death tag. Let's end on a morbid note. I was tagged by Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics. I'll put the original person down below. I'll have to look that up. I thought Alan did a really great job with the tag. Here we go with the prompts. Number 1, do you think death is something that we can eventually cure? I'm tossing out the word disease from the prompt because a lot of people just rejected the prompt on the word disease, but is death something that can be cured over time? Something I like about the Scythe series is that it is science fiction that says, yes, we will be able to cure death, and here are the ramifications of that. Number 2, have you ever summoned the dead? No, I would never purposely try and do that. I think that that's a horrible idea. Number 3, have you had a near-death experience? Yes, I've had 3 near-death experiences with almost drowning, with food poisoning, and a car accident. Number 4, do you want to be buried, cremated, or blasted into outer space when you die? I think it would be a lot of fun to be blasted into outer space. Pax Panic was talking about that when she did her version of this tag. So I say cremate me and then blast the ashes out into space. That could be fun. Number 5, if you could die painlessly but come back to life after, how would you want to die? My answer would be saving other people. If there's something I could do that would help other people, then go for it. Number 6, do you believe in demons? I'm going to say no, not in real life. I don't really believe in real life demons. And I suppose I'm supposed to tag people at this point, but this is such a morbid tag, I'm going to leave this one as an open tag. But again, if you were mentioned anywhere in the video, consider yourself tagged as well. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'll go ahead and end the video here. That's my triple tag video for today. As always, I appreciate comments down below, and I encourage you to do the tags if you've not done them yet. Every day is a good day for a tag video. Peace.